morning, everybody. Thank you so much for taking your time and being with us this morning. Today, this is the first interview that Little Sedona podcast is doing. And we have this incredible lady. Her name is Mary Elizabeth. Welcome to Mary Elizabeth, please.
Thank you so much. I am so happy and honored to be here. I appreciate you all.
Thank you, Mary Elizabeth, for taking this time and let us have this interview to you. Little Sedona podcast is reaching to so many souls, and especially to all of those who are searching for the journey inside. Mary Elizabeth, she's been working to help others to enhance their well-being. So, Mary Elizabeth, could you tell everybody what you do?
I am known as the Incorporated Medium, and basically what that means is, unlike many who channel energy, which I can do, but I am specifically designed to embody the energy that comes through, and most specifically, the divine energy of Source, that is you. So when you sit down with me, you are literally having a conversation with your higher source. So trust me, you may not like what you have to say to yourself, but it's always true.
Mary Elizabeth, tell me a little bit more about the higher self.
The higher self, basically, we are all here on this plane, living our life as God, experiencing life as me, as you, and as you, where each individual experience is for God. So that space that connects us all is the space that I call we, which is the divine source of all things. It creates the oneness that we bring. And your higher self is that divine source. So when you sit down and we are having this conversation, that is what you are speaking to. You are speaking to the source the universe brings, the source of all things, the creator, if you please. And I hesitate only because I grew up Catholic, so I learned as a child that God doesn't speak. But guess what? God does. He speaks through me, He speaks through you, and God is you. So allowing that connection is what I'm here to do.
What a beautiful way to get that connection. And, you know, God is inside of you. And that is a truth. And having that connection and helping others to get in touch, especially with that divine that is inside of you, it helps incredible. Mary Elizabeth, how do you find out that you have the gift?
Well, I've had the gift of sight my whole life. I've seen dead and the angels since I was probably in the crib. That's my earliest memory. And my whole life I saw the dead and was taught very quickly that there was something wrong with me, so I shouldn't share that with others because they would think I was crazy. And so all my life I tried to be the good girl and not bring the messages through. But when I was 3, I was woke from a sleepwalking dream, as my mother calls it, and I had had a conversation with God telling me who I was born to be and that I was here so that I could give them a platform from which to speak. My husband died 12 years ago, and with his passing, I always say all hell broke loose because suddenly I was seeing it in my ceiling fan, body parts coming through, and I was totally freaked out. Looked around the room, and every single person in my life who had passed prior to was standing in the room, and they all said, "Be prepared, your time is here." And they asked me to go have a conversation with God on a mountaintop. Okay, can't say no to God, so I went. And fortunately for me, I just said yes because they reminded me I promised at 3 I would. So I said yes. If I had known, I may not have said it as quickly, but it's the best gift I've been given. And it just has evolved and evolved over the last 12 years. And this is the year I was reminded this year that the part of the dream I forgot was at the age of 63, the world would be ready to see ME brought, and we, the divine source. I turned 63 in January, so woot woot, we're there. Here we go, world. Hang on.
Yes, and more people, do you feel over the years, as you mentioned, you involved your gift,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel that over the years, people are more open than before?
This is a time that there is a greater acceptance of what we do, but most importantly, for each and every one of you watching this, if you feel like you know there's more for you, trust that feeling. If you are hearing voices outside of you, if you are getting knowledge coming through, trust that, because this is the year of expansion. 2024 is the year of more. And what we mean by that is the gift that you were born with, some not aware until much later in life. But we promise you, this is the year that is expanding. This is the year that is evolving. And for many of you, you'll get it in your physicality. Others will just feel it in their emotional moods. But allow yourself to trust it as true. And the easiest way to connect to that is to take a deep breath and release it slowly. And as you do, you feel that sense of peace within you. That is your divine source. That is what leads you. Allow it to be, and don't be afraid of the unknown that you're experiencing.
So, Mary Elizabeth, and you're right, 2024 is being an incredible year where more people are open to really receive and get more in touch with that feeling. So, how little Sedona impact to reach out to more people? How do you feel about going to these different expos that is being happening in different areas? And you've been attending to so many of them. How's been that experience and that connection with the audience?
What I love about Little Sedona, first of all, the team is amazing. I just want to say that, and I'm not blowing smoke here because they're in the room. Okay, just understand, they are amazing, kind, giving people. And that energy permeates in all they do. And in the time that I've been doing their shows, and I think it's been just about a year, maybe a little less, I've watched it grow and grow. The community is expanding because the purpose they put behind it is to help others. The purpose they are here is to help others embrace their gift, to find their truth, and to love the world in a way that humanity needs. And they do that beautifully, and I find in these expos that there more and more are coming through, and as they do, it gives me an opportunity to help those I may otherwise have never seen. But more importantly, it gives those in the audience, and those who are vendors too, a place to be seen and heard and understood in a loving, compassionate way.
Thank you. That was very beautiful. Every day I hear you talking, you're talking from your heart. You're talking from that divine connection that you experience. So let me ask you, can you feel that divine connection every single day in your life? I know we can, but could you explain the audience how they can do it every moment?
As I said, I actually embody the energy, so it's funny when I'm talking, I'm speaking, but then suddenly the voice will shift just a little and you'll notice a cadence change, and that is the energy of we coming through, because your divine source, as we speak in this moment in time, you see, your divine source is the energy. And if you want to connect to that space in yourself, please take a breath and allow yourself to just be. As we always say to Ami, it takes 25 seconds for you to put a full breath through your body, and as it melts to your feet, you are fully connected with divine source in that moment, you see. So always allow your breath to lead before you make a decision, before you walk into a room. That is all you need to do to start connect to that place that is divine within you. And more importantly, as your gifts expand, as many in this room are experiencing, what we want to say to you is always allow breath to be. Because you all, each and every one of you, have a tendency, shall we say, to doubt your own ability. If God brings you to it, God will get you through it. Do you understand that? And all you need do is ask, and we are there with you. And allow that energy to lead.
You know how important, is taking a decision in that moment when you feel stressed out, and take that moment. It can make a huge difference.
Exactly.
And it can take you, and it can save a lot of time, because when you take a decision, when you feel like something's going on, it can take so long for you to recover sometimes for a bad decision. So, but when Maria Elizabeth is saying, take your time and get that connection, that's it. That's a beautiful gift. And also, it's a beautiful key that can help you to move forward in every decision you want to take. Sometimes there are decisions that people regret for years and years. Few seconds of your life can save you a lot of time, pain, and suffering.
Exactly. The amazing thing about breath, and we're going to say this, you touched on a few points there, we just want to address two really. You mentioned that sometimes people regret a decision for years and years and years. We have one question for you. When you are in that space of energy where you are replaying an event that happened yesterday or 6 months ago or 6 years prior, when you are in that space and you are looking at that energy, we ask you, can you change it? You understand what we mean? Can you change what has happened to you? Guess what? The answer is very clear. No, you cannot change it. But is it affecting your current moment negatively? Yes, we can tell you that 100%. If you are lamenting the pain, if you are still in the anger, if you are still in the space of questioning self, you are destroying this present moment. So instead, breath allows you to be in the space of energy. And if you're feeling badly, here's the key. If something feels bad to you, it's a lie. You hear what we say? It is not true. It's just the spin you put on that story you see. But if something makes you feel or a smile, that is the truth. Truth does not hurt, you see, despite what some may say. Truth is not painful. It's the lies you tell yourself and that others tell you that creates that pain within you. So what we would ask that you all do is remember, you are in control of what you feel. And if it feels wrong for you, if it feels heavy, burdensome, doubtful, fearful, stop and say, this isn't real. This is not true. Because your truth never hurts.
What a beautiful way to explain it. Well, Maria Elizabeth, I want to thank you for having this moment. And Talk to Little Sedona podcast. Thank you so much. And I know many souls are reaching out, and they will reach out to you. And Maria Elizabeth, you can find her on the website. It's going to be posted as well. And this lady is amazing. Many people are looking for her to have an appointment. And she's coming also with Little Sedona Expo, 2 different expos that is coming in California. Thank you, Maria Elizabeth.
I'll be there. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored. And to all of you watching and all of you in the room, remember, you are an amazing human being. And always let that lead. Thank you so much.